Out and About Marathon Town with Mr. Marathon himself, Mike Puto.
Hello everybody, Mike Puto here, and our Out and About series continues with Monroe County. Hello everybody, Mike Puto, Mr. Marathon, with our Out and About Marathon series. Today we're going to be at the Marathon Operations Center of the Florida Keys Electric Co-op. And we're going to go inside, we're going to talk to TJ, who's the customer services representative for the Middle Keys, for the Electric Co-op, and just discuss all the things that the Florida Keys Electric Co-op does for its members. We're with TJ Patterson, who is the member services representative for the Middle Keys for the Florida Keys Electric Co-op. And TJ, thanks for having us on board here. And of course, we're near unit number 9 here in Marathon, one of the power units here in Marathon.
Right inside the Marathon Charles A. Russell Generation Facility right Excellent. Here in Marathon.
And what we want to do is, TJ, we'd like to know what does member services entail?
Member services is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. We handle any member issues, especially those things that are unusual. We're referred to as the jacks of all trades. So if you have any questions or concerns that are outside of our normal concerns that our consumer account representatives can handle up front, chances are you're going to be coming back to see member service and we'll take care of it for you. But some of the various things we do are the energy conservation audits, right, which have been very popular this year. I think we did more this summer than I ever remember doing. So those are a great way for our members to save money, is to have us out and do the free energy audits. We also handle the electronic funds transfer issues, also any legal issues that people might have, such as with our capital credits, which right now it's December, so everybody's receiving their capital credits, and there's a lot of name changes that need to be done and transfers and those kind of things.
So you do a lot, there's a lot of follow through, because a lot of times when people sometimes, even though they're members here, a lot of them live up north. They pay their bills up north, they get them in the mail, but they come back down here, and anytime they have any kind of a problem, they can always come to the front office. And if the ladies can't answer the question, they definitely come and see you as a member services guy that says, okay, here's what you need to do in reference to making sure that everything is correct, whether it be with your family, whether it be, let's say, wills and all the other kind of stuff that has to be done, so that everybody knows exactly what's happening in their family.
Absolutely, and it's great because I've gotten to know a lot of the families over the years, because most of the people that are in our service areas, have been long-time residents or at least part-time residents. So you get to know them over time, and yeah, we handle those name changes and any other things that they need to do for them, and it's great just to have that nice one-on-one personal relationship with the members of the cooperative.
What does, just out of grants, what does an energy audit entail? You go to the house and then what?
Well, we actually use the essay format for our energy audits, which is basically an open book type energy audit. A lot of folks go out there and they have a checklist where they'll complete the checklist and go through and check off various things as they go. However, we have a page that says energy audit recommendations with our logo, and as we walk through the home, because every home is different, we'll actually make a note of what they can improve upon. We might notice right away as we're walking in the door that the weather stripping's gone. Maybe they've got a cat that likes to scratch away at it, or a dog, and that weather stripping's all torn up.
That's nice.
And you can see the light of day in there, and it's very common, of course. And that's one of the easiest things you can do, because that's a very low-cost option, is to seal your envelope of your home. So you want to make sure the weather stripping's in good shape. You want to make sure that your windows are sealed properly. And a lot of the homes, have those old jalousie type windows, which are the least energy efficient. So we want to make sure that people are shading those as much as possible, especially when they're sun exposed. And but we'll do a comprehensive walkthrough, and we will make a note of every single thing that they can do to improve the energy efficiency of their home. Some of them are low cost, no cost options, like shading the sun exposed windows. Other ones can run into real money, such as adding insulation. A lot of the older homes have no insulation up in the attic. They may be made with Dade County pine or whatever, but sure, if you don't have insulation up there, and we do have the infrared temperature reading devices that we utilize, and a lot of times in the homes with little or no insulation, there can be significant heat exchange coming in through the roof. That is the primary source of heat exchange in any home. Well,
that's interesting, because back in the old days of, let's say, the 50s and the 60s, when they built the houses, you know, they put the trusses or the wood up for the top, and there was, other than the tar paper or rock and gravel or whatever they might have done, you're right, there's no insulation. They just put the drywall up, even if they have drywall in the house.
That's right.
They put it up, and then you got that hollowness, and that air just hovers in there all the time. And of course, with the sun beating on it, during the wintertime, it may keep you a little warm, but during the summertime, it's doggone hot.
That's true, and a lot of those homes were constructed before air conditioners were popular down here, and that's why they had the jalousie windows, to allow the airflow to go through the home and to keep the home cool via natural ventilation, which is a very efficient way to keep a home ventilated. But in a humid, warm climate like we have here in the Florida Keys, it doesn't work so well most of the time. I know that you know, I like my home cool, at least 75 degrees or so.
Well, I also noticed that we were coming through, and we'll get a few shots of it on the outside the building here. We have our new solar system out on the outside of the building, and I know that was installed about a year and a half or 2 years ago, and you know, that produces, again, electricity that goes right through the system. We don't have any batteries on this one, but it goes into the system automatically. And is this something, for example, that when you go to a home, you can actually advise them, say, would you like to maybe look at solar for your hot water or whatever it might be? Because I know solar is, it's nice, but it's one of those things where, how do you find solar to run your air conditioner? There's not something big out there yet.
This is true, yeah. For the air conditioning, it can be problematic. New home construction, however, it's very possible. What they've been doing on the new home construction, there's actually 2 homes in Islamorada that are being powered completely by solar, and they're relatively small installations. One was 7,200 watts and one was 7,500 watts. And what happened is they actually put in the high efficiency wall-mounted chillers instead of a conventional air conditioning system.
Okay.
So they went with the ductless air conditioning system, which it has a SEER rating of 23, which is about as high as you can get. So they're very energy efficient, and they can be powered by a conventional solar array on your roof. Now, that did require the development of an alternator that actually alternates between the chillers so that they're not all running at the same time. So in the evening, when those homes are running off of their batteries, it will alternate between the chillers relatively quickly, about every 5 minutes or so, so that all of the rooms stay cool, and yet they never have to go back out onto the grid.
That's nice.
For any of their power. So it can be done, and yes, that is a recommendation we make, especially for the solar water heating. And solar pool heating probably has the fastest return on investment of any of the solar technologies. You're looking at usually 1.5 to 3 years at the most for that to pay for itself.
So now, if anybody is really, you know, even though they get their engineer to help draw plans for their house, and let's say they're building a new house or doing some renovation, they can always come down to the Florida Keys Electric Co-op here in the Marathon area, see yourself, and you can sort of point them in the right direction by saying, okay, have you looked into this or this or this for solar or whatever it might be? Have the engineer do the drawings, and they're all set and ready to go, but they could come down here and get that information from you.
Absolutely. I maintain a very good library full of solar information on all of the different photovoltaic technologies that I continuously are providing to our members that are interested. And we also do educational outreach. We've done, as you know, a lot in the green arena, including founding the Green Living and Energy Education Organization. And as a result of us being on board from the very beginning with these things, we've encouraged a lot of our members to install solar. In fact, the solar array that we were talking about that is here is 96,600 watts. And then if you add our array up in Crawl Key, inside of our substation up there, we have a total of about 121,000 watts of solar that goes directly out onto the grid. However, we have 29 members who have interconnected solar to the grid, and those 29 systems have a combined power rating of over 150,000 watts. So those 29 members have a combined total of more than we have in both of our large solar arrays.
That's amazing.
So it's huge.
Amazing. Well, I know that the also, you know, referring to the entire electric program here in the co-op, I know they're community minded. You know, I've seen yourself at the different events, soccer, we got the football, we got the softball program, we got the baseball program. You know, the co-op is really involved in its community, and it's nice to see whenever they have an event to see the big bucket truck out there. And I've seen that you've been there passing out, you know, all sorts of goodies for the kids, and then when the parents come by, they can get, you know, all the magazines, whatever they want. I mean, we got all sorts of stuff on the table, and there's nothing that they don't know about their electric company.
That's right, and that makes me very proud to work here. It's a very easy place to work because people in the community tend to think very highly of us because we are out there doing all those things. And as a father of 2 children of my own that are young, it's a lot of fun. They usually help me out at these events. As you know, you see them there at the booth and passing out things and helping educate the younger children about lighting efficiency and solar. You know, we have some solar toys, all kinds of different things. And that is the fun part of the job, is being out there in the community. And as you said, our guys are the coaches, they're the firefighters, they're the EMTs. The Bloodmobile pulls up. They love us because they know they're going to get a lot of pints when they're here. You know, so a lot of us, you know, including myself, have the gallon donor certificates where we're actually, you know, in the Gallon Donors Club and try to work our way up to the next gallon.
You talk about the blood. I started donating back when I was in college, and I'm up to 11 gallons.
And that's great.
That's huge. That's a lot. I didn't know I could make that much blood.
Well, you know, personally, on a personal level, that actually, my daughter was saved by a blood transfusion when she was 4.5 years old.
That's nice.
And so, something I'm very passionate about, and I believe very strongly in. And if it wasn't for people like you giving blood, then she wouldn't be alive today. So.
That's awesome. Now, how can the people reach you either by telephone or email? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
People can either come by the office right here in Marathon. I'm here almost every day. Or they can reach me by email at member.service@fkec.com, or they can call 743-5344. My extension here is 127. And like I said, I don't think I've had anything thrown at me that I couldn't help with yet. So
excellent.
I would enjoy the challenge.
Well, without a doubt, and we can't thank you enough for joining us today behind unit number 9. The big engines here, and we just can't thank you enough for doing what you do, you know, for the co-op. And again, thank you for being here, and thanks for having us here. And hey, everybody,
anytime.
Until next time. All right.